Hi everybody, Lori here for Pinkfresh Studio. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a fun project to share with you featuring the Constellation stamp and die set, as well as these awesome new liquid watercolors. So I'm squirting some colors in the wells of this palette, and I'm going to try to paint a galaxy night sky. So I have a panel of Arches cold press watercolor paper adhered down to a hardboard with some painter's tape, taking a wet brush, and I'm going in. I'm braving this thing. I've never done a galaxy night sky, so I'm starting with bright yellow sunshine paint. And you're probably thinking, what? Why would you start with a bright yellow? Well, I don't know. But I figure there's got to be some yellow behind all that darkness, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm building it up. And probably going to talk like I know what I'm doing, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. But I have been following some artists and card makers and trying to glean what information I can on making a galaxy night sky. I do follow this one artist on Instagram. He goes by Humbly Art, Humbly Art. Look it up. He does the most amazing night skies, galaxy skies, and what he does on the end is he flicks a bunch of white paint, which I'm going to do. At this point now I'm going in with this dark, rich sapphire blue. So far I've used sunshine, then I did bubblegum, then I did aquamarine. Now I'm using sapphire. I'm kind of blending it in. You wouldn't know it on the outside to look at me, but at this point on the inside, I'm having a mild panic attack, wondering if this is a complete disaster. But you just got to persevere, because really a night sky or a galaxy sky is so forgiving, you really can't mess it up. So I'm going back in with a little bubble gum, adding some bright fuchsia, and then around the edge, the last color I'm going to use is this dark licorice black. And now this is like probably a 6x6 panel. I painted way too large. That way I could crop off and save the best part. So I'm giving myself some room to crop off the bad part. Now I hit it with a heat gun. Now here's where the flicks come in. I got this tip from watching that Humbly Art. He takes titanium white liquid ink. I bought mine at Hobby Lobby. It's not very expensive. Taking a small brush and flicking on a bunch of white flicks. No matter how bad your background looks, once you flick on some white flicks, it miraculously starts to look like a night sky, galaxy sky. I'm telling you. Listen to me. If I can do this, anybody can do this. Trust me. Okay, so now once it's dry, I'm going to crop it. I'm going to make this fit a standard size card. So I'm cropping it to 4 inches wide by 5 1/4 tall. And then now we're moving on to the Constellation stamp set. So you see that large solid circle? I don't know if that's like a moon or a planet. I guess it can be anything you want it to be. I'm going to stamp it using a combination of Mama Elephant pigment inks. So I have Moonlight and Smoke. First I ink it up with Moonlight, and then I stamp it. I'm using my Misty to get good, solid, even pressure. It's a very light gray ink. And then I go along the edge and just ink it up with that Smoke. Once I ink up that edge with Smoke, then I go back in with my Moonlight and kind of smooth it out so you don't have any harsh edges. So you get this like two-tone inking, and it gives this planet a real cool gradient dimension to it. I took a circle die to die cut out that so that I can pop it up on my background. Now here's the Constellation coordinating die set. I'm going to take those little stars and die cut some out of some white glittered cardstock. I thought it'd be fun to have some shimmery, glittery stars to contrast that dark galaxy night sky. Now I'm going to emboss a sentiment in white on a strip of black cardstock. The sentiment is also from the Constellation stamp set. So I inked that up with Versamark ink, pouring on some white embossing powder. And then we're ready to just start assembling. I'm going to pop up this moon or planet. I got to decide what that is. I cropped off the edge there, popping up this whole background panel onto a white card base, as well popping up my sentiment strip. And then to finish it off, popping up the little stars. And that's right, you guessed it, I put little slivers of foam tape on the back of these stars. You just have to. You gotta pop it up. And I gotta tell you, I think that galaxy sky turned out pretty fantastic, and I love the liquid watercolors. Makes it so easy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.